Capcom Showcase, let's go. And by go, I mean we're skipping to fucking 10 minutes in. We're skipping to 10 minutes in because I'm not watching anything on Monster Hunter. Capcom Spotlight Corner, let's go.
Street Fighter 6.
Hey, more Street Fighter 6.
The next generation of Street Fighter is currently in development and has
honestly, the
fun
fact
for
that Street
everyone
Fighter
to
6
enjoy.
both actually
Fan
looks
favorites
good for a
Ryu
3D
and Chun-Li
Capcom
will
fighting
be
game is
heating up the
blowing my
battlefield
mind.
Right alongside some of the newest fighters, Luke and Jamie.
But it having a story mode is like,
visuals.
damn. It actually has fucking
Unleash
content.
unprecedented battles
Imagine
with
my
the
time in my Mount
all-new
Ruler
battle
gave me
systems.
Rathalos.
Street Fighter 6
I'll get to the monster
reimagines
content
the
in that
fighting
game eventually.
experience with new
From my
modes that
understanding,
will
it's in
allow you to
Stormblood, I think,
experience the
so it'll be a
Street Fighter
while.
universe. What awaits you in this game? Look forward to our next announcement later this year.
Just can't believe it's actually moving the plot forward. It's old Ryu, isn't it?
The 35th anniversary of the Street
Is it
Fighter
actually like after
franchise,
Third
the
Strike?
Capcom Fighting
Have they
Collection
confirmed
will be
that?
released
Third Strike
later
is the
this
furthest
month.
ahead in the franchise, like
Included
story
is
wise,
the
right? Is it
first ever
actually after
release
Third
of
Strike?
Red Earth
I mean,
outside of
Ryu
arcades.
is
Hyper
clearly
Street
older
Fighter 2,
and stuff like that. But
five
is it actually like
Darkstalkers
past Third
titles,
Strike?
and more.
Because if so,
10
holy
of the best
fuck.
fighting games from the arcade era are included in
Confirmed
one
after
pack.
Third Strike? Holy shit.
All
Holy
of the titles
shit.
included will be
Wow.
playable online.
Wow.
So play a match
What does that
against your
mean for
friends,
Luke then?
or fight online
Because Luke's
against new
story like
challengers.
starts out in Street Fighter
Enjoy
5,
a
which takes
full
place way
range
before
of
Third
online
Strike.
matches.
So is Luke just like actually
Capcom
20
Fighting
years older in
Collection
this
will
game than he
launch on
was in
June
Street Fighter
24th,
5?
2022. Pre-orders are available now.
That's probably why he looks so
Please
different.
visit the
He decided to
official
actually
website
put on
for
a
more
fucking shirt and get a good
information.
haircut. Girl Chun-Li was
Play the
one of the
games
little
you
girls from one of
love.
Chun-Li's
Again.
endings. Oh, nice. That's cool.
Capcom Arcade Stadium has expanded. Capcom Arcade Second Stadium, coming July 22nd, 2022. Saturday Night Slam Masters, Magic Sword,
So many collections of Capcom.
Black Tiger,
So many
Eco
Capcom
Fighters,
collections.
and more.
Hell, even
Combined for a
Capcom Fighting
total of
Collection is just
32
like, wait, Red
arcade
Earth? Wait,
titles.
what? Fuck, this using
In
Gunblade is
addition to a
basically
bundle that
Charge
features
Blade.
all 32 titles, each title is available for individual purchase and features, with lots of quality of life options.
Yeah, Charge Blade. Cartridges are like files. I was gonna say
All
Switch Axe,
players
but not
will
quite.
receive
No.
Sun
Yeah, it's
Sun
more like
for
Charge
free
Blade.
when downloading the base game. The bundle featuring all 32 titles is available for pre-order now. Get Display Frame Set 1 as a bonus for pre-ordering.
Why does a collect?
To celebrate,
Why does a
get the
collection of old
Capcom
games still
Arcade
have like
Stadium
pre-order
title,
bonuses and
Street
stuff?
Fighter 2,
Why?
The World Warrior. Free for a limited time.
Why does the collection
We hope you
games
try
have
out the
like buy
Capcom
things
Arcade
and you get
Stadium
free
as well.
game? Like, just make it a collection that people just fucking buy and everything's there.
Next up is an update on Capcom's new team-based action
Right, they
game,
have not
Exoprimal.
Dino Crisis. I forgot about this. They have not Dino Crisis as a thing.
Hi everyone.
I totally forgot
I'm
about
Takuyo
this.
Hiraoka,
Yeah.
Director of Exoprimal. We have a new trailer to show today that includes lots of gameplay.
So is this actually the
take a look.
EDF game that it was looking like before? Because it was looking like an EDF fucking game before. Is it actually
I am the artificial
Is it
intelligence,
actually EDF?
Leviathan.
Because if this is Dinosaur
Your personnel
EDF, I'm
data
excited.
indicates you are a suitable specimen to join an ongoing experiment. Under my supervision, Ibius Corp conducts its most important research here. Welcome to Bikitoa Island.
Okay, so we're getting plot story stuff.
You have been selected for a live combat test. The first team to complete their assignment wins.
No, this is actually
My
1080.
archives encompass exhaustive records of human history.
There's too much happening in the game for
These
this for the
annals
bit
are
rate of
riddled
YouTube
with
to handle
errors
it.
and institutional bias. Your species is susceptible to mass delusion. Fascinating.
This is not the commentary I was expecting to be over the top
Humans
of my
dread
dinosaur action
other.
game.
You seek to evolve, yet you do not want to change. You tear down curtains, yet fear revelations. Even when
What is the story of this dinosaur game where it's talking about this stuff? Wait, what?
Combat data is required to develop the exosuit. At Ibius, we're
This is
always
looking
reaching
EDF
for
as shit,
better.
by the way.
Always.
This is looking so fucking
Humanity
EDF at
resists
once.
quantification,
In a good
an
way.
interesting variable. Within your behavior lies the answer. What is variable? shall become fixed.
EDF, that's a budget that's not the lunch money your mum gave you that you decided to spend on
Fight
video game development instead.
and die for me. Carnage module online.
Look at them all! The power of the RE
Call
engine!
your attention to the
For a guy who has
unstoppable
dinosaurs
revenue
into death game.
Calculating chance of employee retention.
At least there's an
Chance
explanation for why the
calculated at
dinosaurs are summoning.
8.7%.
Evil computer is giving
Fight
you that.
harder than ever if you wish to survive. A more grueling combat experiment is called for.
Black magic that is the
You will
RE
now
engine.
witness
The
a
RE
small
engine,
fragment of the world.
how it does what it does so consistently is fucking wild. Like, I know video game players talking about engines and stuff is usually wrong. Like, just have a look at all the people say, well, the game is bad because it's made on Unity and stuff like that. That happens a lot. Well, the game is bad because it's made on Unreal. Or the game is good because it's made on Unreal. Like, I know, obviously, like, just as people who play video games talking
We
about
hope you
engines
enjoyed the
is,
trailer.
like, weird and
Now,
stuff.
I will
But
get
I
into
feel
more
like it's
detail about
appropriate
the
to
game.
just say that the RE engine is literal fucking
Developed by
magic at this
Ideas
point.
Corporation,
I don't
Leviathan is a
understand
next-gen
that much about
AI
how
that guides
engines
players
actually
throughout
work, but the
Exoprimal
RE engine
via
doing
voice
what it does so
navigation and
consistently
augmented
feels like
reality
fucking
displays.
magic. The RE
Leviathan
engine made
appears
Street
before
Fighter in
players as a
3D look
massive
good.
human-like figure, or as a
That-
surveillance
that to
drone
me is
called
magic.
a Watcher. The
The
trailer
RE
shows
engine makes Monster Hunter
Leviathan
Rise run at
unleashing
30
hordes of
consistently on
dinosaurs.
a Nintendo Switch. That is
Players
magic.
will battle these dinosaurs after being forced into
MT
Leviathan's
Framework couldn't even
infinitely
get World
repeated
running on a
war game.
PS4
Why
consistently
is
at 30.
Leviathan bringing dinosaurs into our world? And why is Leviathan repeating these war games? Solve the mystery by playing the main game mode, Dino Survival. Let me provide a brief gameplay introduction. Exoprimal is a team-based action game. In Dino Survival, 2 squads of 5 race to complete objectives.
Wait, two
Teams
squads
must
right?
follow
Wait, what?
Leviathan's directives and complete the mission before their rivals to win. These directives will feature a dynamic mix of missions. In fact, we just saw some in the latest trailer.
Huh?
There's Dinosaur Cull, where teams must eliminate a specific dinosaur. In VTOL Defense, teams protect a grounded aircraft from dinosaur onslaughts. In
Is the
Data
story
Security,
PvP?
Teams escort a valuable asset to its destination. Destroy targets in Omega Charge with the powerful Omega Hammer.
Is the story
In Energy
PvP?
Taker, teams compete to collect the most energy. You also saw a glimpse of a strange and terrifying creature known as a
Legend used for the
Neo-Tyrannosaurus.
PS2 Magic playing games of Black Magic.
While there
Yeah,
are situations
those run
where you
ridiculously
directly
well on a
engage enemy
PS2.
players, there are other times where you band together with rivals to take down a major foe. This variety of missions will keep players on their toes.
No,
In
it's
Dino Survival, the missions change based on players' progression through the game. The experience will be different every time you play, even in matches with familiar surroundings and objectives. By playing Dino
story is
Survival, you will
PvP.
unlock story sequences, and also earn rewards such as experience points to increase your player and exosuit levels.
playing PvP just unlocks story
We'll
cutscenes.
provide more details about this at a later date. Now that we've detailed Dino Survival, let's move on to exosuits.
Any excitement I
two
had
new
for this game
exosuits
just
today.
deflated so fucking hard.
Barrage is an assault role exosuit.
Any excitement,
It uses
the excitement that I had
explosives to
for this
set areas
game just
ablaze
drops like
and bombards
90%.
enemies with ricochet grenades. Vigilant is also an assault
Well,
role
it's,
exosuit.
it's something I can cross off the list of not
It
wanting to
wields
play.
a destructive railgun to snipe from long range. We have even more exosuits to share with you in the future, so look forward to upcoming announcements. We have one last announcement for today.
That's really disappointing. That is
Welcome
so
to my
disappointing.
research facility.
We're conducting a closed network test for Exoprimal.
That's like genuinely upsetting.
Players will be able to
I just
try the
I don't
game
have
ahead of
interest in
release.
playing the game now. I really don't. That killed it. That killed it
Help
so
us
hard.
test the game's online
Wow.
infrastructure
I didn't
and
think
make
it was a,
improvements ahead of launch.
literally what I was thinking was
Sign up to
Titanfall 1.
participate today.
That's literally what I was thinking when I'm just like
The
PvP is
closed
story
network
mode.
test will
So
allow
it's
you to experience
Titanfall 1.
Dino Survival before the game's
So
launch next
the
year.
thi- the,
We look forward
the
to
thing
having
that
you
people
join
literally
in.
complained about so much that they made a proper campaign for Titanfall 2
That's all for today.
that people to this day say is like one of the best
We
first-person
plan to
shooter
release
campaigns
Exoprimal
that I really need to
in
get around to playing.
2023. Until
Like
then,
the issue
keep an
with
eye
it
on our
being
website
PvP is
and
just
social
one,
media.
it means you need to be able to beat other players to progress in the story, which just isn't
Thank you for
satisfying.
watching.
But it also means that like the levels that you play can't be that connected to the story. Because you're just playing PvP
Next,
matches.
we have a message about Dragon's Dogma, which recently celebrated its 10th anniversary.
Oh, you're actually doing Dragon's Dogma 2? This is also a thing that I should play. This is also a thing I should play. There's also another thing that people yell, hey, Dragon's Dogma fucking rules, go play it. But like, in EDF, like, you're playing with a squad of people
Hi,
and
everyone.
advancing
I'm
through
Hideki
specific
Itsuno,
story
game
missions,
director
specific
at
story
Capcom.
levels.
A few
Like,
weeks
they're
ago,
designed
we
around
celebrated
story
the 10th
missions to
anniversary
progress
of
with your group of
Dragon's
people,
Dogma.
and it escalates
Thanks
because
to
you're
all of
doing
you for
level by
joining
level
us in
based
this
stuff.
celebration.
If you're just doing
The
PvP
world
matches
of
and getting
Dragon's
cutscenes
Dogma
between it for
has
story,
since
that
spread
is...
to various different
That
kinds
sounds
of
so
media,
lame.
ranging
They
from
did say the
games
levels would be
such as
based on
Dragon's
each player's
Dogma
progression,
and the
which is
Dark
what would
Arisen
make them
expansion,
different every time,
to digital
even on the
comics
same levels.
and a Netflix original animated series. In the coming days, we
But
will
it
be
still needs to be
releasing
set up in
video
a format where
celebrating 10
you're doing
years of
PvP
Dragon's
matches
Dogma,
against other people.
talking about how and what
It
Dragon's
needs
Dogma
to
came
do
be.
a lot to
So
sell
whether
me
you're
on that being a
longtime
good
fan
idea.
or just curious about the series,
They need to
we'll
do
have
a
something
lot
for
to
you
sell
to
me
enjoy.
on the idea that
We hope
PvP
you
story
check it
for
out.
Exoprimal
Once
is
again,
interesting.
thank you
Because
all
what
so
I'm
much.
hearing is that is going to suck so bad, and the story's just not going to be that
And
satisfying.
now we have a bunch
Again,
of updates from the Resident
Titanfall
Evil
1.
franchise.
Present all the Wipeout 2048 content I can never unlock because there were 4 Canadians on
hello
the
everyone.
planet at the same time.
I'm Tsuyoshi Konda, the producer
Yeah, is it
of
ever a good
Resident
idea?
Evil Village. Thanks to all of our fans.
Is it
Village
ever
has
a
sold
good
over
idea
6
to tie
million
your
units
story
worldwide.
progression to PvP? Is that
Everyone on the
has
team
that
is
ever
incredibly
been
happy
done
to see so
well?
many people enjoy the game. Thank you for your support.
Has it ever been
The
done well?
Resident Evil series continues to bring
Because
fun
I don't know of an
experiences to
example. It
people
might
around
exist,
the
but
world.
I don't know of one.
We want longtime fans and people who are new to Resident Evil to enjoy this storied franchise. Let's start with this video.
Oh, is this about the VR stuff? Well, it says world premiere. Oh? Oh! Okay, so first it's confirmed that this cutscene isn't like a year later. She's not rapidly aging. This is actually 16 years after Resident Evil 8. Oh! Oh shit!
I can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do.
What?
Want to live a normal life.
Is the DLC actually happening? And it's about Rose?
She's near death.
I'm honestly shocked this isn't even like... I guess it's not Resident Evil 9 that Rose is a thing.
What's going on?
Get the fuck out. Okay, this is immediately surpassing any expectations I had for Resident Evil 8 having DLC. Oh shit.
Oh, now we have a new little rabbit to pursue.
Duke, are you evil now? Did Duke take over the village after all of the lords died? Shadows of Rose.
It's time. Marking the
I
time.
honestly forgot that Resident Evil 8 had mercenaries.
It's showtime!
Hey, you're Heisenberg. Oh, of course, and Dimitrescu for mercenaries, of course. Of course. I also forgot that I had mercenaries. I mean, it makes sense it has mercenaries. Rose DLC is so sick. Oh my god, show his face. Get fucked! No way! No way! Wait, what? What the fuck? What? They put third person into RE8? Wait, what? Wait, what? And a single thing showing off that Reverse still exists, don't worry. Reverse still exists.
Sorry to keep you waiting. We're happy to reveal
Wait,
the
what?
DLC for Resident Evil Village we promised last June.
What
We think
the
this new
fuck?
experience will be worth the wait. This DLC includes 3 major features.
This is a very, very different
First, the
idea
third-person
of
mode.
DLC compared to
Many people
RE7.
asked for this, and
Like
we were
RE7
able
was
to add it
basically a
into
bunch
the
of
game.
micro games.
Now you'll be able to see Ethan as he
for
desperately
it.
fights for survival.
Which
Players
is a
that
very
have
different
already
concept, but
experienced
the
Ethan's
Rose
journey
stuff seems
can
awesome.
enjoy the new perspective.
I mean, End
and
of Zoe is the best
animations, too.
DLC of
The Mercenaries
End
returns with
of
additional
Zoe is the best
orders
DLC in Resident Evil
arcade-style
7,
action
so
game
doing something
where
like that
focus has
again
been put
makes a
on the
lot of sense.
exhilarating feeling of
Huge
defeating
goes on, just pull the camera back
hordes
there,
of
and
enemies.
they
New
make a
stages
ton of
are
new
included,
animations and
as
redo
well as
cutscenes for
additional
that. Yeah, because they
playable
literally don't
characters,
exist.
such as Chris
They literally
Redfield
don't
and
exist.
Heisenberg. Of course, Lady Dimitrescu
That's
will be there too.
huge.
We've
That is
really
fucking
fueled this mode up.
huge. Yeah, because like him vaulting
Enjoy
stuff didn't have
looking
proper
down on your
animations
foes from
before.
over 9 feet above, as Lady
Third-person mode will
Dimitrescu
absolutely make me
slashes her
replay
enemies
RE8.
aside.
I can understand it
The
maybe
third
not existing for
edition is one you've
RE7,
surely
but
been waiting
yeah,
for,
RE8
an
would work
additional
well in
story,
third person as
Shadows
well.
of Rose.
I mean, it's basically
Today,
like
let me introduce just a bit of this story.
Resident Evil 8 is definitely the most inspired by Resident Evil 4, so it makes a lot of
Rose,
sense.
the beloved daughter of
And
the
also,
main
this is
protagonist
awesome.
Ethan, is now a grown-up main character in this new story
And yeah,
mode.
16 years
In
later,
this
so it's
sequel to
confirmed
the
that she's
main
not
story
rapidly
of
aging
Village,
like
you can experience Rose's
Evelyn was.
struggles with the terrifying powers she was born with. To break free of the curse of her powers, she enters the consciousness of the Megamycete.
I was gonna say the Megamycete might still be around because it made a clone of her,
There,
but this
she
is
meets a
the
girl
this
who
is
looks just
inside
like her.
the Megamycete.
In this mysterious realm of consciousness, time and space is warped beyond recognition. Rose is guided by a being who calls himself Michael, who might be
It's Resident Evil 8 DLC. That's the evil within.
Shadows of Rose is set completely in a third-person perspective. In the realm of consciousness, you won't only face creatures.
It's
but
the evil
world
within. It's
itself
Resident Evil 8
seems to be
DLC. That's
attacking you.
fucking hilarious.
Enjoy
The world's
horror of
attacking
the world
you.
itself being your greatest enemy.
That is
How
so
will Rose
funny.
find freedom from her mysterious power?
That is so fucking funny.
The DLC for Resident Evil Village Winter's Expansion includes all 3 of these major additions. In addition, Resident Evil Village Gold Edition.
I didn't realize that you
bundle
fucking
of
right. It's
bonus
exactly
expansions
it's
of
the
this
evil
game
within.
will be
It's the
released
evil within.
simultaneously.
Enter
release
a
date is
consciousness
planned
of
for October
something,
28th,
and so the world can do
2022.
fucked up shit because it's not
Resident
actually
Evil
physically
RE
real.
Verse will also be in service on the same date, October 28th, 2022. We hope that you are looking forward.
I mean, that's a way of giving DLC to RE8 that makes it feel completely different
How
from the
did you
rest
like
of the
that?
game.
Also, as already
And also, it
announced,
focusing on
we're
Rose is so
working on
good.
making the
I'm
main
like,
story
I was
of
thinking
Village
Rose might be a
available
Resident Evil
on
9
Mac,
thing, but it
so
does
that
seem like they're
even
gonna
more
focus
people can
on what
enjoy
Chris was
Resident
like
Evil.
talking about with Umbrella and stuff like that.
In
Or
addition, the main story of Village
the
is planned to be
B8 whatever
playable on
company they're called.
PlayStation VR2. We're working hard on bringing you the
But yeah,
ultimate immersive
getting
experience
Rose
worthy
DLC,
of
that is
next
sick.
gen in
That is
Resident
sick.
Evil Village. So look forward to future announcements.
I gotta say,
Up next,
considering how long it's
a
been
game
since
that was
Resident Evil 8
announced
came out, that
just a
DLC
few
seems to be
days ago.
fucking delivering. Third-person mode is so wild. That is wild that they're doing third-person mode. That is fucking bonkers. Third-person mode may get me to play Resident Evil 8. It's funny how like at similar times they go in completely opposite directions. Do you want Resident Evil 8 to be in VR so it's even more first person, or do you want it in full third person? They said they didn't start working on this until after the game released. Which, considering they're doing third person and also a full Rose thing, is yeah, it's gonna take its time. Dragon Gun 3's DLC, oh, same way they didn't start until after the game release, so it came out way after. Which yeah. Yeah, the Resident Evil 8 demo, like the Resident Evil 7 demo, is like technically canon because it's a separate experience because you're playing as different characters. So Resident Evil 4, huh? I mean, Resident Evil 4 that leans fully into the horror is an interesting idea.
Spot to vacation, eh?
I can at least appreciate that it's going, like, this is a completely different aesthetic and vibe to Resident Evil 4. Because, like, the question that, like, when Resident Evil 4 was being announced as a remake, the question is, why does this game need to be remade, right? Like, Resident Evil 2 and 3 being remade, yeah, they're PS1 games and they're, like, fixed camera angle, tank control games. So them being remade as, like, over-the-shoulder third-person shooters makes a lot of sense. That's what Resident Evil 4 already is. It's already an over-the-person shoulder thing.
If I could just forget
So
what happened.
them going for a completely different aesthetic, at least it justifies why it exists.
Even for a second.
The camp and just how fucking silly this is a huge part of the appeal. I completely
time,
agree. I completely agree.
It can be different.
I completely agree. We were literally talking about
has
that in like
to.
one of our Yakuza streams, where it's just like Leon being kind of a goofy dork while being a badass is part of the charm of Resident Evil 4.
Hi everyone, I'm Yasuhiro Anpo, director
But like,
of Resident
if they're
Evil 4.
remaking the game,
And
I
I'm
would rather them do
Yoshiaki
this
Hirabayashi,
than remake
producer of
it
Resident Evil 4.
with the exact
This
same
title
aesthetic
is
as
a
the
reimagining
because if they
of
remade
Resident
it with the
Evil
exact
4,
same aesthetic as
based on the
Resident Evil
original
4 or same
2005
vibe as
release.
Resident Evil 4, the
Similar
question would
to
be
other
why
titles
does
in
it
the series,
why does it
we are
exist?
carefully preserving what
It's
makes
like The Last of
original
Us
title
remake.
special,
The Last of
while
Us remake
updating
is
it
the
with
same
modern
fucking
flourishes
game,
for
but just the
everyone to
graphics have
enjoy
been
when it
remade from the
launches in
ground up.
2023.
Why does it exist?
Today, we'll
Like,
reintroduce
it being a
bit of
different
the game's
experience at least
story.
justifies why they're doing it.
Resident Evil 4 is set 6 years after the events
Whether
in
it's
Raccoon
going to be a
City, depicted
better
in Resident
experience
Evil 2 and Resident Evil
than
3.
original
The
Resident Evil
main
4
character
is a
of the
totally
game,
different
Leon
fucking
S.
question.
Kennedy, survived the Raccoon City incident.
But like, you can have a
and
look
was
at Resident
assigned
Evil
as an
2
agent
and
directly
its
under the
remake,
President of the United
and those
States.
are like
Leon is
different but
dispatched
equal
to a quiet
experiences,
village in
right?
Europe as
Like,
part of a
people
mission
love
to
Resident Evil
rescue the
2 and its
kidnapped daughter of
remake
the
for
president.
different reasons.
You might
So at
notice
least you can
Leon is
understand
much
why
more
it
mature
exists.
and fearless due to his
And one
past
doesn't take away
experiences.
from the other. But because the gameplay
The
is already
Ganado,
so similar
the main enemies of this game.
for
wait
this,
for
it has to do a lot to justify its existence.
The
Of
experience
just,
of being attacked by hordes of crazed Ganado is truly
this
an
needs to be
iconic
different
moment from
enough to
Resident Evil.
justify it existing when the
In order
original
to
already
truly
exists
bring
and
out the
holds up.
concept of terror of people controlled by madness, the Ganado have been completely redesigned.
Let's take a closer look at the game itself.
The over-the-shoulder camera returns, of course. Leon arrives at a dense and dangerous forest.
Like, you can even see this.
We want to nail the feeling
How,
of loneliness
how
and fear of
different
not
is
knowing what
this
lies
forest
ahead,
compared to
even
the
more
first
so
forest
than
you
the
walk
original.
into out of the car
Of course,
in Resident Evil 4?
there will also
It's
be
so
thrilling
different immediately.
battles.
RE4 feels pretty arcade. No camera control,
People
having
that
to
played the
stop and
recent
aim shoot.
Resident Evil 2
Shoot both
and
feels a bit
Resident Evil
clunky compared to
3
modern
should find this
shooters.
familiar.
It's also a horror game though.
Look forward to future announcements.
It's
where
also
we'll
a
have
horror
more
game, though.
information on the game.
It not having perfect
Resident
controls
Evil
is
4
part of the
is being
fear.
developed for PlayStation 5,
Right.
Xbox Series X, Series S, and PC. The release date
I mean, yeah,
will be
like it
March
doesn't
24th,
control. It doesn't control like
2023.
Resident Evil 2 remake, and that's fair.
We are aiming to create a Resident Evil 4 that everyone can enjoy, so please look forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so if they're gonna completely remake it, it needs to justify its existence. Which this game needs to do way more than 2 or 3 did, because 2 and 3 were like
What did
clearly
you think
different
about the latest
experiences from what the
information on
originals
Resident
were.
Evil Village and Resident Evil 4?
I still think it's a bit unnecessary, but
games are currently
if
in
they're at least
development.
leaning into the horror, I can at least see where they're
For
going
those
with
that
it.
can't
at the
wait for
very
the
least.
release, check out the following games.
It's going to be funny that Resident Evil 4 Remake is probably going to be a darker, spookier, more horror experience than fucking Resident Evil 8. Okay, what are they advertising here about this? It's all that they're going to remove Warcraft 3, Warcraft 3 and remove the original from existence. Oh. Oh, God. I can't believe they did that. Let's remove the original game from existence. Fuck you, you don't get to play the original anymore. We're making it a new... Fucking Christ. Yes, it's different to Final Fantasy 1.0. Is it good that you can never play 1.0 ever again? No, but it's a very different experience compared to, like, Warcraft 3 just removing the original. Are you gonna, like, make Resident Evil 3 Remake good this time? Were they not already... I'll be honest, I thought they were already on PS5. No one wants to play 1.0. Yeah,
Resident
there's
Evil
that.
7, which brought the series back to its survival horror roots, and the reimagining of classic titles Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3.
Can you go
These
back
three
and, like,
titles,
finish
built
making
with
Resident
RE
Evil 3?
Engine, return with
Can you go back and
current-gen
finish
features,
making it?
including support for 4K.
You gave us 40% of Resident Evil 3.
and
Can you
ray
go back
tracing,
and give us the rest of it though?
as well as 3D audio for an even more immersive experience.
I'll be honest, I already thought these things got remastered for
These titles
PS5.
are available for
So you're removing all the
PlayStation
classic
5
Sonic
and
games so we can
Xbox
buy the
Series
overpriced
X
collection
and
with an inferior
Series S
soundtrack?
beginning
Oh
today.
yeah, they did do that, didn't they? They did
In
remove
addition,
the originals, didn't
PlayStation
they?
4 and Xbox One players can enjoy a free
Fucking
digital
hell.
upgrade to
Fucking
current
hell.
gen via the digital upgrade program and smart delivery.
Okay, so it's a free upgrade.
For PC users, an
But
update
only the
patch will be
digital ones.
available on the same date. For newcomers and
Again,
veterans
can
of
you go back and
survival
actually
horror
finish
alike,
making Resident
we
Evil
hope you
3?
enjoyed the immersion
You never
these
did
new
that.
versions offer.
You never did that. Most of the game is still not there.
Welcome.
Can you go and
to
actually
the
make
family.
it? No?
That's
Okay.
all for today's announcements. Thank you.
Okay. I guess. I guess. I guess we just never we never get the rest of Resident Evil 3 remake. It's fine. It's fine. The game is totally fine, and there's nothing wrong with Resident Evil 3 remake as of right now. There's no problems with it. No problems whatsoever. It'd be fun if they did similar thing that Square did with Union Cross, where you can create a character and watch through the cutscenes with your character. Yeah, I wish there was at least some way of like experiencing the story of 1.0. Like, because obviously, like, we can go and watch the recaps that people have made for 1.0, but it isn't the same. It's just like, hey, here are actually all of the story cutscenes. I've had to be I've had to be told about 1.0 details for stuff that's explicitly mentioned or important in 2.0 or 2.x. So that stuff sucks. Like, not going back to the gameplay, I get it, right? But, like, I do wish there was some way of, like, watching the cutscenes at the very least, for 1.0, like, in-game. Like, just have that never-ending journey book. Just, like, have 1.0 cutscenes in there. Just fucking, or something. Just something in-game that lets people, like, actually catch up in-game. Like, Hildebrand, yeah, like, Hildebrand, like, being in, like, what Hildebrand got up to. Like, there just needs to be something. Augustin, I'm gonna pronounce as that. Welcome to the Casorio Squad. Pretty much joining right at basically what is the end of the stream, because I'm not doing anything after watching this react, but, welcome to the stream. I guess, obviously all the Monster Hunter stuff I can't watch, because I'm waiting for the full game. Exoprimal. I can't believe how much they killed my hype for Exoprimal. I love RE3 Remake. I think it's super fun to play, and the writing is a lot more fun. There just needed to be more of it. That's my thing. They didn't finish making the game. They didn't finish making the game. Salutations to France. If you speak French, I do apologize that I don't speak French. I do speak English, though. Yeah, they just didn't finish fucking making Resident Evil 3 Remake. They just didn't finish it. Like, that's its biggest issue. They just didn't finish it. Or is its biggest issue the fact that Nemesis only shows up once? Yeah, we have someone else who's French in chat, so you two can talk. What's a bigger problem with 3 Remake? The bad boss fights against Nemesis and the fact that Nemesis only does the Nemesis thing of following you, like, once in the entire game? Or the fact that they didn't make the rest of it? Which one of those is a bigger issue? Because I honestly... When you think about it, they're probably basically the same problem, right? There would be more sequences of Nemesis actually following you as Nemesis, if more of the game existed. Because it's basically only in the city at the start. I speak to you in English. If you're able to speak English, English is the only language I speak, and I'm Australian, so I barely speak it as is. Yeah, like if there was more of Resident Evil 3 in the remake, they would have had more situations where Nemesis could Nemesis you. But that just doesn't happen. Like, the city at the start of Resident Evil 3 is really good, like, for the remake. And then you basically just cut to, like, a highlight reel of what the rest of Resident Evil 3 is. With a completely different ending. Which I don't think the ending is bad. I don't think the lab is bad in Resident Evil 3 remake compared to what it originally is. But it is very different. But yeah, Exoprimal. I mean, you can even see, like, you can see the watch history of what people, like, went back and replayed and watched. Pretty much no one went back and watched Exoprimal stuff. Knowing that the story is PvP based is not good. that is a huge red flag for me to enjoy it. Because that just makes it sound like like, I was hoping it would be an EDF game where you squad up with a group of people and try and beat levels to, like, make progress. And it more so just sounds like it's beating other people, and then you get some story cutscenes in between your PvP matches, which just doesn't sound satisfying. So, they're gonna have to show off some stuff that makes that seem like it's a worthwhile system, because it went from a game I was interested in to just, I have no interest in it now. Unless they can show me that this Dino Survival stuff will work, I have no interest in Exoprimal now. Like, it just killed any excitement I had for it, which is really upsetting. The fucking RE8 DLC is wild. That is so good. Getting a full Rose story that's just the evil within is amazing. Mercenary stuff, obviously you get to play as Lady Dimitrescu, because of course you do. And third person, that is wild. That is way better DLC than I think anyone would have expected for Resident Evil 8, especially with how long it's been waiting for it. And Resident Evil 4 is... I hope they can do something to justify its existence. I hope that Resident Evil 4 can justify its existence for a remake, because it doesn't need a remake the same way 2 and 3 did. So I hope it can do something with that. But anyway, that's all for today. I didn't watch I didn't watch the Wholesome Direct, and I didn't watch the Xbox stuff. But I've been doing this stuff for 4.5 hours, and I'm done. I'm exhausted. So I'm going to stop. But thank you all so much for watching. I'm back, baby! And God, I've only been streaming for 4.5 hours and I'm exhausted. I need to build up my stamina for streaming again, because holy shit. Wow, I would normally stream on a Sunday for, like, sometimes up to 9 fucking hours. I get 4.5 hours today and I'm just like, oh boy, pooped. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you when I next see you for whatever it is. I'm probably not going to go back and watch, like, the other 2 things later in the week. I probably won't. If there's interesting stuff, people can tell me in the Discord. Like, I don't think there's anything that's probably, like, wild guess. Probably no things where it's, like, an awesome reaction, where, like, State of Play had that with, like, the stuff they showed off, and so did this. Like, there was cool stuff to actually say and just be like, yo, Final Fantasy 16 looks great! But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, this is Version2, signing out.